And we're live. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
You know, I just wanted to say something for those watching on YouTube. This metal case back here bugs the shit out of me.
What metal case?
Metal case.
Oh,
with the belt.
Medals case.
Medals
case.
It's a metal case.
Well, no, see, you made it sound metal.
It bugs the shit out of me.
Because it's the white belt?
No, it has nothing to do with the white belt.
What's that?
What's it have to do with? Take a look at that.
That it's 1/3 place and 2 gold?
Yes. Why couldn't you put that bronze in the middle?
Oh, that does bug you, doesn't it?
Bugs the shit out of me.
Well, because that was the first one, and then the other two.
Nobody knows that.
I do.
Should have put it in the middle.
Does that bug you?
It bugs me.
That's even better. That just made it even better for me to have that.
I look over and I'm like, every time I look over, then I'm like, why didn't he fix that?
Honestly, I'll never fucking touch that thing again because it was such a pain in the ass to make that. To like pin everything and keep everything there and stuff. For sure the belt is gonna fall. I like prick myself so many times with the pins to get that belt to stay like that. I have to make one now for the blue belt. Where's yours? Did you put that up? Don't you have one?
I have it. It's in the house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's the move going?
It's good. It's over.
Are you done? Did you get it all done in like a day or two or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a few more things that I got to move, but all is swell.
Don't you fucking hate moving?
It's the worst thing in the world.
It's the fucking worst. I can't stand it. I'm going to have to move again pretty soon, but fuck.
What I'd love to do is anytime I move from here on out.
Just dump everything.
No, hire. It might be. No, it's actually cheaper to hire movers than to dump everything and buy everything
of
over
course.
again.
I just want to get down to, like, I've been working so hard to just minimizing everything. I just want to get everything to the point where I can do everything in one shot. Get a truck, throw it all in one time.
Oh, if I had a truck, I could have done it. I moved everything in my car.
That's true.
My little tiny
you don't
Honda
have the truck
Fit
anymore.
And so
yeah, I'm done with fucking moving for a while. I really don't want to have to move again, but I'm gonna have to move again soon. And I'm just saving up to buy that house, so it's just like I'm this fucking close. So I got a little bit more to go. So listen, I don't know about you, but that fucking tournament this weekend was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I had a blast. And it's funny, I keep on getting messages over and over again from everybody that enjoyed it and that they were thankful that we did it and everything. And I mean, that alone makes it worth it for me, even though we got to watch a lot of really good jiu-jitsu.
What I want to know is who's the prick that thumbed down that?
You saw that? One asshole.
Who's that prick?
Who knows? That's someone that really must fucking hate their life, or the fact that they missed the fact that maybe we said somebody's name wrong and we apologized.
No, I don't. It's either you thumb down us, which is fine, but the bottom line is it was a bunch of women doing jiu-jitsu, so it looks like you're a prick.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a misogynist prick. That doesn't like watching women jiu-jitsu.
I want to go ahead and apologize for the audio issues that we were having. It's half me, half the soundboard. So I apologize for that. There's nothing that I can do about it. I tried to fix it. I spent all of Monday trying to fix it. But I think at the end of the day, the really important part was perfect, and that was the video. The most important part was the video. So I'm totally cool with it. It is what it is. We had a good learning experience. It was fun. I want to do it again. I'm really aiming to have other tournaments let us go in and stream it for them and commentate for them. Mind you, I know that we got a lot of the names wrong for like the first couple of matches, and we were getting better and better as we were going.
Well, we didn't have a card in front of us.
We had no card. People don't understand that.
Yeah.
I had no card, and we had two teams and plus 2 or 3 more people drop out. So there was no time for us to get the card. So even if I would have gone the day before to the rules meeting and tried to get all the information, it would have all gone out the fucking window. So either way, I think for us it's a win. I think it was a win for us anyway. I had a blast.
No, it was fun, and we got to watch some cool jiu-jitsu.
We got to interview a bunch of cool people.
Yeah.
We got to see Tubby attempt to dance.
Yes, Orange Justice, not Orange Crush. My bad.
By the way, I hope she understands that I'm going to be using that video clip over and over again for a long time of her dancing. It's going to be used for a very long time.
It should be.
I'm hoping I can turn it into an actual GIF that you can pull up on Instagram. I found a way to do it, to submit your GIFs to have it pop up on Instagram. So I might end up making a Tubby gif to throw on there, which would be fucking hilarious. For sure she'll kick my ass, but it'll be worth it.
It'd be worth it.
It'll be worth it. If you didn't get to watch the Zenobia Open, it is up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. It's at youtube.com/Jiu-Jitsu Radio. I'm not taking it down anytime soon or ever, so you're always welcome to go check it out. If you want to share with everybody, go for it. I think, what was the highlight for you?
I don't remember who was in the match, but it's the one that came down to that last second.
Point?
No, it wasn't a point. It was Holly. Holly and the other
Vanessa.
one, where Jay-Z had to give the advantage, and that was an incredible ending.
That was a great match. That alone is worth it to go back and watch it.
And I love the energy, like how much, like being on a team, like added something because the people were just screaming.
Yeah,
you know, and that's how it should be. I love the entire atmosphere. I like it almost better than almost. I can't say I like the format almost as much as I like quintet.
We're gonna get into that later on. That's actually one of the topics that I have for tonight. I agree with you. I like it. It was based kind of like quintet. The difference is that there was no weight limitations, which is good because the last thing you want to tell a bunch of women is that they're gonna have to deal with weight limitations. Then you're gonna just start a fight.
Well, it's jiu-jitsu. They should be used to that, though.
I think that there just needs to be more of a signage up to really show like the points and everything that was going on, like what teams have what points. Because I think at the end there were so many matches going on. Everyone was kind of like, wait, so who won? So I think that's one of those things that for what Stephanie did in a short amount of time, for it being her first tournament she ever put on, I think she did an amazing job.
She did an amazing job.
So congratulations to Stephanie.
And Jason for helping.
Amazonian BJJ and Zenobia Open. So I think for sure that's going to give them a boost to get even more sponsors.
Yeah, and all you really need is a whiteboard with the team names and put a little check mark underneath.
We can have Jason be the what's her name?
Vanna White.
She can be Vanna Jason up tallying the points. But I had a blast. So thank you again to Stephanie for having us. Thank you to Henzo Gracie Lake Worth for letting us come in there and kind of take over.
And anybody else that wants to hire us out,
yeah, we're there.
Let us know.
We're there, especially if it's ADCC. I'm dying to go to ADCC. I was about to buy my ticket today. I got a good little discount on tickets for flights anyway. The hard part is going to be actually getting from the airport to there, because it's going to be on a Friday.
In L.A.?
In L.A. in traffic. So if I leave, I'm assuming if I land in L.A. at 7, I'll probably get to Anaheim in the morning with the way that the traffic keeps showing up on every time I look it up. But
7
a.m.
You land 7 a.m.?
No, 7 p.m.
It will not take you 12 hours to get to Anaheim.
Listen, man.
That's ridiculous.
I remember...
That's ridiculous.
Not the last time. The time before last that I went to California was the first time I ever truthfully experienced that LA traffic. I was stuck in the same spot for 3 hours. All because there was a car on fire. Not even on the highway. It was off of the highway. It was off to the side in some canal. And they stopped everything. Everything. It was literally...
Well, that happened to me and Tracy when we went up to Orlando one year.
Yeah. Well, I've had that happen to me in Orlando too, but they didn't stop the traffic.
They stopped us. We were stopped in one spot for 2.5 hours because there was a Winnebago on fire.
Oh, yeah.
No, Winnebago on fire. It wasn't on the road. It was on the shoulder, but they stopped it. They wouldn't let cars drive by.
Well, that would kind of make sense because the Winnebago has propane tanks. But I drove through a brush fire. Remember, like, years and years ago?
Oh, yeah. Those were fun.
When they were, like, horrible. I drove right through it.
So did I.
And there's, like, they didn't stop it. But, I mean, really? Like, a car that's on fire down the street. And granted, it's California. This had to be 2012. 2000, yeah, somewhere like 2012, 2013.
That's the last time you were in California?
No, that was the time before last. Last time I was in California was for the Karate Combat.
Oh, yeah.
So that was January 24th, 2019. I'm looking at the poster right now. So that was was it January? No, it wasn't January. I think it was like February or March.
It says January on the poster.
Yeah, but I got to double check it. I don't think it was January. So we got a lot of crazy fucking news to go over today. First things first, though, I think we need to do a recap on our UFC bets that we did for UFC 5. I didn't even actually get to even watch the fights.
I didn't watch. No, I didn't watch those fights. I watched the fights last weekend.
Those were good. And shout out to Gilbert Burns for the awesome fight. And shout out to Vicente Luque, too, for the win.
Yeah, Vicente looked good.
Like
what he did to Mike Perry's nose.
Oof. And it's funny. Did you see the A and B between him and Arlovsky?
No. Because
Arlovsky, the same thing happened to Arlovsky in his last fight. So it's like, whose nose broke it like worse? Let's see. All right. So I think we only did the main card, actually. And I think I ate it bad on this one.
Okay.
Let's start off with... We didn't do that one. Did we do that one? No, we didn't do that one. We started off with Clay Guida against Jim Miller.
Uh-huh.
You went with Jim. I went with Clay. You got that one. Jim Miller won by submission the first round in 58 seconds.
I think he put him to sleep. I think he put Clay Guida to sleep.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think Clay tapped.
Who's this? Scott Holtzman against Dong Hyun Ma. We both picked Scott. Scott won by KO round 2. TKO, really. KO, TKO. So that one was even. And then there's another one. I guess, was this in the prelim? Yeah, because we went Mickey Gall against Salim Tuhari. I went with Gall. You went with Salim. So I won that one. Gall won in by decision. And then finally, this is where I really ate it hard. Robbie against Colby. And if you haven't seen the news by now, Colby Covington single-handedly won that fight. No problem.
Well, he should have. It was just him in the ring. It's the only way you can win a fight is single-handedly.
That's literally what happened, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. But he took care of Robbie so well.
Nothing beats his post-fight comments.
The one that I told you about, the one that he made about Matt Hughes.
Yeah, I listened to it. I heard it.
I told you about that one. Yeah, I did.
No, I knew about it.
We talked about it at the fights. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I had heard it already. I'd looked it up on the video.
So, lost that one.
But even better was even more fun was the roundtable discussion that he had with Kamaru afterwards.
Yeah, that one was good. That was
getting uncomfortable.
That one was getting pretty awkward. I don't know how that fight is going to play out. I'm 100% for Kamaru on this one, but I think as cringy as Colby's, like...
Here's what I'm going to tell you it comes down to. And, Kamaru's a friend, and I don't like picking against my friends, but I got to keep it real. Colby is more savage, I believe. I believe Colby is more savage, puts on a higher pace.
I can see.
But Kamaru can knock him out because Colby doesn't knock people out.
Yeah.
Kamaru does.
I think right now the only person close enough to be able to hang with the cardio is Kamaru. As far as the output, I don't think Kamaru has the same kind of output as Colby would. But I definitely think that if anyone can slow down Colby, it would be Kamaru.
Kamaru, yeah.
Sure. The only other person that could get close to that would have been Woodley, but who knows what's going on.
The thing is they're almost mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at it as.
I think if it wasn't for Kamaru's like knee issues and stuff like that, I think that Kamaru would probably be the same because he would be doing even more cardio.
No, it's not. That's not even the factor. It's not the cardio. It's the savagery with which Colby fights.
Yeah.
That's the difference between
The
the two of them.
relentlessness of it.
Yeah, and just the I'm not stopping, not stopping, not stopping. You know, what was it? They said it was basically he was throwing like
He did something like he's got the record for the most like punches or whatever
like
thrown.
two punches a second
Strikes,
or
yeah.
something like that. It was ridiculous.
Or one punch a second or something crazy like that. But yeah, it was pretty nutty. So, I mean, listen, I'm a fan of Robbie. I'm a fan of Colby as a fighter. Like the shit talking sometimes just gets kind of like, yeah, that didn't really work. And like the whole thing with him showing up with all like the girls and stuff like that is like too WWE-ish. But he's setting himself up for that post-fighting WWE career for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then that's the case. That's great. I think he's going to be like Kurt Angle, if not worse, as far as
well,
the
you know, he
cringe
came out
factor.
to the Kurt Angle music.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's going to be
And
like...
that was the kind of the cringiest thing about the post fight is Kamaru said the people were yelling "you suck" when you walked out, but that's part of the song, Kamaru.
Yeah.
He kind of like, and look, he doesn't know pro wrestling. I get that, but like at the same time, you should know that Kurt Angle, when that music hits, everyone goes "you suck, you suck," and you know,
I don't think that was Kamaru's focus at any point in time of that whole thing. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens. Speaking of UFC, Stefan Struve is going to return.
Yes, yeah. I read that.
He's going to come back and fight Ben Rothwell at UFC on ESPN 7. I think it's in October, was it? I believe it's October. That's going to be
a tall fight.
It's going to be a tall fight. And Ben had the whole steroid issue. He had like the ban for a year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He got banned for a year. Remember when he was going on a tear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he got popped for fucking steroids. He was
I
fucking
didn't know
juicing.
that.
No wonder you're like,
and
where
I remember,
the fuck did Ben Rothwell get this fucking good and savage? No.
Well, he knocked out Alistair Overeem.
That's what I'm saying. That's like,
and his. What's funny is I remember thinking, wow, he's kind of getting in shape.
Yeah. It's called juice. Juice, my friend. Like Ben Rothwell, and it sucks because he was kind of likable, and he was kind of like
he was cringy too, like those stupid like
he was trying too hard, and you could tell that wasn't like his character. But Stefan had his issue with his heart. He wanted to retire. He wasn't feeling about it. I kind of knew that he had another fight or two left in him. Lex is actually his manager, Lex McMahon from Titan FC.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So, like, I talked to him a little bit after it happened. And he's like, oh, you know, we'll see. He'll take his break. So, I kind of had an idea that he was going to at least come back for one or two more. And at the level of the game for him, like, he's someone that would be good to have for super fights. You know, he would be good to have for just random fights out of nowhere, not really a title run.
I wouldn't give him super fights. I don't think he's at that level. I think a Mark Hunt is a super fight guy. I don't think Stefan Struve is.
But I don't mean super fight as in like, oh, it's gonna be like just fucking two amazing like fighters. It's gonna be good fights.
He's a good gatekeeper.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It'll be good fights. It'll be like just two
and
random.
It's a shame
because
he's got the talent and the size.
But it's his
to
heart.
Be a champion.
Yeah, but he's still young. I mean, he's 31, but in MMA, that's still kind of getting on the lower
at that
end.
height, it's
tougher on the body.
It's tough on the body.
Yeah.
But like he's got the I've seen him. He's got the tools. He's got.
I mean, there's not many people his height with grappling capabilities.
If he
he still has fast, strong hands.
If he fought his length more.
Yeah.
He just sit behind your jab.
But it's also tougher because all someone has to do is really like charge him, and then it's different when you're that tall. Yeah, no, but it's still different when you have this much fucking like torso that people can control you. So it's a whole different game for him compared to somebody else. And it's funny, I was just talking to George the other day about it because I had to train or roll jiu-jitsu with Matt Mitrione when he was preparing for that Stefan Struve fight, the one that got canceled like last second. And it was just funny just remembering like the little things that that Matt was like preparing for that fight, and then they became teammates. It's just the way that the fight game goes. It's pretty funny. So I'm actually anxious to see that. Then AJ Agazam, I don't know if you remember, but we stated that he dropped out of ADCC.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, we talked about it when we were talking about who's in, who's out. AJ dropped out of ADCC. First he bumped up, and then he dropped out. Turns out he dropped out because he's got a fight that same day, that same weekend. So he announced that they have a fight on September 28th. He's going to be fighting Jonathan Quiznos. And the guy's 3-3. So I can see why AJ probably took that fight. Because he knew he was gonna lose ADCC. Let's be honest. He was gonna lose ADCC.
Yeah.
So is he gonna keep on going for something that he's gonna lose, or is he gonna go for an MMA fight that is gonna be better for his record and it's gonna make him more money in the long run?
Yeah, that's why it's like I like hearing Bruno talk about Gilbert and ADCC.
Yeah.
He could be taking a fight, but he's like, no, I want to win ADCC.
ADCC has always been, as far as I've known Gilbert, has always been his dream to get. I mean, you win ADCC, you go down in history. You can win a ton of IBJJFs and world championships and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's UFC champion, ADCC championship. Those are the ones to go to in our sports. It really is. I mean, who are you going to give more clout to, an ADCC champion or IBJJF world champion?
I don't know.
I'm going to go with ADCC. ADCC is a lot harder.
I don't know, though. I really don't know. They're the same competitors.
Yeah, but ADCC is 2 days. You have to weigh in both days. And it's invitation only, guaranteed to be the best. And there's no testing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, no. Well, there's no test in IB. Well, I guess they do test in IBJJF. They do.
Which brings me up to my next point. Rumor has it Kaynan Duarte tested positive. So
is he out of Atos?
And he won Worlds. So if that's the case, nothing is set in stone. This is all I'm hearing through the rumor mills.
Speaking of, you saw who made their triumphant return?
Yeah, well, BJJ Steroids were the first one to post it. So it's just a rumor. It's speculation, and there hasn't been any denial about it yet. So as far as I know, it's true. Not again. Yeah. Allegedly not. Whatever. I'm just telling you what I read. I'm just telling you what I heard through the grapevine. And if that's the case, there's also 2 other people that possibly, might have tested positive that won Worlds. So if that's the case, ADCC is going to be a little bit sketchy to be hanging around, and there's going to be a lot of mudslinging around that weekend.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, that sucks. But, I mean, come on. Kaynan clearly looked a little juiced. Just a little bit.
Here's the thing: is there a lot of those guys do?
A lot.
Not. I don't mean just Atos guys, but a lot of the guys
of the top level
guys
BJJ, black belts
are jacked and shredded.
Listen, I can guarantee you that the top 10 are juicing. Top 5 at least.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. Well,
but I don't know if you could say that. Where's Mike? Where's that put Mikey on the list?
But he's not in the higher levels. I think it's more in the. I'm talking about like weights.
He's a 2-division champion.
I'm talking about higher weights.
Oh, higher weights.
Yeah. When you start talking like guys like, well, Buchecha, no. I think Buchecha is one of the few guys that like.
He's just a big.
He's a big dude. I met him before, and I mean, he works out. Like, do I think maybe he might have at some point? Maybe. But anyone that's ever known him, like, they all say, like, he's 100% clean.
What about Leandro?
I think Leandro likes to party too much. And that's another one. He likes to drink. I don't know.
But what does that mean as far as juice?
No, I'm saying that I think that he might have at some point or another, but he's a partier. He's more interested in the beer and the liquor than he is in
Did
the
he
juice.
almost get in a fight? Didn't we talk about a fight he got in or almost got into?
I don't remember that.
I must have been talking to somebody else. He got into a fight, at a bar or something like that.
I think that was like in the news. Like it was something like a while. Yeah, because he got cut. he got his hand cut or something.
Yeah.
And then he competed like a few weeks after that. I think so. Oh man, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Oh
yeah, there's something's blooming for sure because my nose is like
everybody. Because I was sick. So last week I was actually sick, like first time in a long time that I was really sick, and this week it's just kind of. I thought it was fine, and then I've been sniffly the last 2-3 days. So something's up in the air, but it's the change of the season, and it's been a lot of rain, so I'm sure a lot of dust has been coming in. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what fucking happens if that's the case. I'm really curious.
So what are they gonna like? The only thing they're gonna be able
to strip
to
them of the medal.
Yeah, but the only thing they're gonna be able to do to stop that going forward is to test them before.
They're not going to. I think
I did the math one time. They're making.
No, we did.
We did the math. What do we say? 50 to 80 grand.
No, more. They were making way more.
Per event. Per event.
So that means per city. So any one weekend there could be 4 or 5 IBJJF opens going on simultaneously. So yeah, they're banking. They're and that's not even now taking consideration that everybody has to get their memberships. So that alone just doubled your money. You literally just doubled your money.
Well, I don't know if it doubled it because membership was only $30.
No, you still had to do a whole application.
No,
I think so.
I just joined.
Did 40. It cost me 40.
I did. Mine cost me 30.
So now, $40 per person. How many people do you think? What, 10,000, 20,000?
What, per month?
No. That do jiu-jitsu total around the world. 20,000.
Oh, more than that. I would say more than that. I would say,
50.
No, I would say there's easily.
I mean, what would be a good website to gauge off of, like follower wise?
You can't, because you have jiu-jitsu in a lot of different countries.
Yeah. So
like you can't. There's not just one. Like I would say, let's see how many people follow BJJ.
I just fucking said that. You said
no. I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
hashtag BJJ memes.
Oh, I guess that would be more the diehard guys. Yeah.
Let's see. How many people are finding BJJ memes?
What do you got?
That one's kind of low, 18,000.
Yeah, no, it makes. Again, that's more the diehard. I would put that as a correct number of more diehard jiu-jitsu people, and maybe some of those are doubles. So, 15. It's like 15 to 20.
Let's see. Flow Grappling.
Look at it this way. How many seats are there?
Flow Grappling has almost 500,000 followers.
Yeah, but again, Flow Grappling also does Flow Drum Core and Flow whatever, all that other stuff.
No. This is Flow Grappling.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
No, there's Flow Sport. No, there's Flow Sports.
I don't believe that all those people are legit. Like
there's Flow.
I would easily say that.
See, there's Flow Combat, which is
right
36,000.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Flow Grappling has way more.
Go back to Flow Grappling. Let me see Flow Grappling, because what I would easily say is that number is inflated, and
how's it inflated?
Like fake?
No,
for sure. Okay, so you're telling me, like that's a real person account that's following Flow Grappling? You're telling me?
Well, it's a clothing brand.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Well, no, I would say minus probably maybe 3,000, maybe 4,000 of like people like that.
I mean,
I would still say it's close to half a million.
So let's say it's 250.
I would say it's at least 500,000 people on the planet do jiu-jitsu.
Let's say 250.
No, that's low.
Okay, but 500,000 people aren't going to be IBJJF registered. That's what we're talking about those.
Right,
numbers.
That's why I said Flow Grappling. That's why I looked at that.
So I'm saying, okay, so let's just say it's 20,000. Let's just say 20,000 people are registered IBJJF members, right? What's that times 40? What the registration was? 80,000. It's $80,000 they just make.
Well, no. How many did you say is the new one?
40. What's 20,000 times 40?
20,000 times 40.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the calculator here.
No, 20,000 by times 40 is more than 80,000. It would be 4 would be
20,000 times 40.
80.
800,000.
Yeah, 800,000.
So 800,000 like dollars that they would make. Whether the one-time fee or every year, I guess.
Every year they make
800,000.
Well, I'm sure there's
Give or
you know what
take.
we should have done? IBJJF.
Could do.
How many people are following IBJJF? How about go
Facebook page.
Well, I'm going to Instagram.
Right. You go to Instagram. I'll go to Facebook.
How many would you say
46,000
following IBJJF?
on Instagram.
You are wrong
What is it?
by almost
Yeah,
10 times.
What is it? So 470.
So, like I said, there's about 500. I would say there's close to 500,000 people.
675,000 on Facebook. So again, not every single one of those is actually a competitor competing.
No,
So okay, so what would we say? You want to say 500,000?
500,000.
Okay, so the 500,000 times 40.
At least there's at least 500,000 people on the planet that do jiu-jitsu.
$20 million that they make off of registration alone. I think they can afford to pay the female and the male athletes.
And they
the
can
same.
pay the test.
They can definitely pay the test. So the test, let's be honest, it's the same as how it used to be in like football and baseball. It's like, hey, we're going to test you on this date. What you do before that doesn't matter to me. You better be clean on this date, right? That's all that really happens.
I don't know.
That's all that it really is. So really, if you fuck up and you get caught, that's really on you. You really fucked that one up. So it's, you know,
I would say if you are, you know who they should test? People who get paid. If you're getting paid to do jiu-jitsu,
right,
like if
Well, I mean-
IBJJF started paying their athletes for winning,
right.
that's who they need to test. The people who are in that pool.
But everybody that's competing is like at black belt is competing to win money. So then, yeah,
What
everybody
money?
needs- there's prize money at IBJJF now, buddy.
Not everyone.
No, we're talking about worlds, man.
Well, I know we're talking about worlds, but I'm saying,
You're talking about every weekend.
yeah. I mean, look, you're not going to test people every weekend.
No.
You're gonna, but you would
Right.
test like
Everybody
if
that's
you
getting
have a
paid.
money. If you like, they should probably put money matches on every.
No, that would be too expensive. I mean, you could take a portion of everybody's entrance fee and you at that weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give them a check.
Yeah, but even then you got to pay the testing, which is 10,000, something like that.
I don't know how much to test.
Even the UFC admits it, like, we can't test everybody. The UFC says it's way too much to test everybody for everything. They admitted to it. So IBJJF, no way the IBJJF could do it. There's just no way. So that's what I'm saying. Listen, if you get caught fucking cheating, that's on you. 100% it's on you. You had every chance to get ready, be prepared, and not get caught. So you fucked up on your cycle. Which is the other thing is saying is like steroids aren't cheap, right? I never done steroids. Steroids aren't cheap. So how are all these broke jiu-jitsu fighters affording to do steroids and doing all these cycles?
Because they're spending all their money on steroids.
I guess so. Fucking A. So I don't know. So we'll see if this is true or not. We'll find out, I'm sure, within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it's not like what happened with, who was it, Felipe Pena? They got busted a year after the fact. So we'll see if that's the case. But it does affect a couple of things like ADCC. It's not an IBJJF thing, so he can still compete, do whatever the hell he wants to do. But it's something that everybody's going to have to keep in mind coming into ADCC. The other big thing that's coming up actually this weekend. What's today? Today's the 13th.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the I know it's coming up big.
Oh.
My match that you're not gonna corner me at.
Oh yeah. Just be careful what you say. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna make it. Besides, either way, you got Alex.
I don't.
Well, that's not my fault. I volunteered. You said no thanks. I got Alex. I got my British pal to come and see me, mate.
The one that knows my leg lock game.
Right. Clearly, he also knows to be like, nah, fuck it, you're on your own.
Yeah. Then you
What
go.
was his
Then you're
excuse?
like, yeah, you could go. Then you're like, I'll go.
No, I said I'll find out if I can go.
No, that's not what you said.
Anyway.
I reread the text.
Okay.
You said
So
okay.
why did
that's
Alex
cool.
say he couldn't make it?
He has kids and I can't remember what was going on. Something with the kids.
But you don't need a corner. We talked about it. You don't need a corner.
No, it'd be nice. But I just have this condo that's.
Listen, you, the Keys, big burly man like you, I think you'll make out just
I'll
fine.
find a couple dudes.
I think you'll make out just fine.
I use one room for the dudes, and then one room to sleep in.
One room's for pitching, the other room's for catching?
Oh, dude. I don't pitch.
Oh, God.
We're going to get in trouble for that.
Is it end of season?
What?
For, like tourists and stuff?
I don't know. I don't think
beginning?
Florida. No, Florida doesn't start season. Season doesn't start till around like
Keys are different though.
October, I think.
Keys are different. Just the only downside is you're gonna get rained on a lot. You're gonna get rained on a lot down there.
I don't know.
You'll do good. What's the prize?
Respect.
You're not winning any money?
I don't know. It's just a grappling match.
Well, some people do grappling
It's
matches.
not a pro
and get
show.
paid.
It's just an amateur show, and
Gotcha.
it's just me. I what I did is last year. You know, while my back was hurting me,
Right.
I was like, if I get healthy enough to compete again, I'm not going to turn down any opportunity.
Right.
I'm just not going to do it. What's the worst that can happen? I get tapped out.
For sure. The next one, I'll come in and corner you if Alex bails out again. I just had to ask him first.
Well, I didn't. He was actually my second.
Who was your first?
Steve.
That's fucked up. Can we go ahead and point out the fact that Steve's bailed out on doing the podcast a bunch of times, despite how many times we've asked him to do it, and he's like, "I'll get my own podcast, guys."
No, he hasn't done a podcast.
What's that fucking happened to his fucking
months.
podcast, right? Okay, and then we go to see him fight. He doesn't fight. That's not his fault, but I'm still gonna pin it on him. And then now all of a sudden he's sitting there, hey, yeah, I'll come and corner you.
Well, there's a reason. No, he said no right off the bat, and there's a reason why. Blake Bowman's getting married this weekend in Las Vegas.
Oh, why is Blake getting married in Las Vegas?
I don't know. Likes Vegas.
Isn't all their whole family like here and in Georgia?
I have no idea, bro.
It's probably cheaper. That's why. It's probably a lot cheaper in Vegas.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Would you ever do another wedding in Vegas?
No.
You wouldn't do it?
No, it's...
You wouldn't do a Vegas wedding?
Oh, maybe, but just to do, just to be like, hey...
Yeah, I got married in Vegas.
I don't... But only if I could get married by Elvis or Evel Knievel.
Well, Evel Knievel's dead, and so is Elvis. But if you can...
No, but they dress up. They do a lot. A lot of these wedding chapels do the Elvis wedding where the guy dresses up like Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take Elvis or I'll take Evel Knievel.
Would Evel Knievel have to be on the bike to do it?
It'd be really cool if he was. Like if he came down the
listen,
aisle on the bike.
I'm technically an ordained minister, so I could marry you dressed up as Evel Knievel or Elvis. So
What about evil Elvis?
I could definitely do that. That I could definitely do. So all I need is a sequin suit, or could I be?
It could be the
Aloha from Hawaii.
It could be it could be the Evel Knievel suit, but instead of being leather, it can be polyester with rhinestones.
I could do that
With the star.
I could.
I mean
definitely
the
like that.
red, white, and blue.
I'm all about the extra long lapels, the super sharp lapels. I'm all.
They
about
weren't that different. Like the outfits themselves weren't that different.
They weren't that different.
It's just one was made out of leather, one was made out of polyester, and
just a lot less sequins on Evel Knievels.
on Evel Knievels.
You just had nice racing stripes. Man, I wish I could have been there for that crash in Vegas.
When I was a kid, I was an Evel Knievel freak.
I think everybody was.
I had two of the toys where you wound them up
and then it just launched.
And I would make jumps and stuff like that. I had that one, and then when I was like 3 or 4, and I remember I had the rocket and I had the motorcycle. Then when I was like 6, they came out. It was another one. It was called Team America. And there was a group of 3 guys on motorcycles, and there was a bad guy too. It was like all in black.
Right.
But I had Team America. I think I had the blue one.
Do you remember Super Dave?
Of course.
That man made a career off of making fun of Evel Knievel's crashes. He died. He died like last year. Super Dave?
Yeah.
He died like right last year, a couple of years ago. Man. I remember he used to have a whole
He was a comedian.
Yeah. But he was like a legit stuntman.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. Double check it.
You know what he was on a lot? Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, and I honestly have only watched one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The problem is I can't watch it
Why?
because it makes me cringe so hard.
Oh yeah, how he like. Yeah.
Because Larry David plays the ultimate asshole.
Yeah.
And like it makes me cringe so hard. Like there's one where he was at a pool party for his friend's kid, and the kid got out of the pool, and his swimsuit came down, and he had a big schlong.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about the schlong to the dad. It was like, oh my God.
So bad.
It's so bad.
No, the only one that I've ever seen is when with Michael J. Fox. And he's got like the magazine with the mustache on it and stuff.
And Larry starts doing something in the back after shaking something, and David Lee or
Michael
J. Fox sees it. Oh man,
that's so bad. No, I was trying to say is Friday is the intro to a new grappling tournament that is going to be on UFC Fight Pass called Kinektic Grappling or Kinektic Submission Grappling Championship. Have you heard about this?
No.
So it's Shawn Wheelock.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you heard Shawn Wheelock. Shawn Wheelock, actually, he was one of the commentators with Boss Rudin for Karate. Comment. Oh, geez, I guess he's... Excuse me. Thank you. Whoever said bless you. He is a commentator. He's done like a bunch of stuff. I want to say he did ONE FC or something like that too. He's done like commentating for a bunch of different fighting organizations. He's next to Joe Rogan. I think he's the best one. He's definitely the second best one. Better than Jimmy Smith and better than you, better than everybody. Yeah, you can make the face all you want. He's good.
What face? I don't know him, so I can't make a judgment.
Well, you'll hear him. His co-commentator is Paige Van Zandt.
My wife?
Yeah, my wife.
My wife?
Our wife.
Ew.
So there's a whole thing about this. First, let me tell you the teams. All right?
Okay.
Let me pull this up because it's the teams that are pretty crazy. I had it pulled up here.
What's it called?
Kinektic. It's KINEKTIC grappling. Don't bother looking it up because there's literally nothing.
There's not like a website or nothing?
There's nothing on there. They did a horrible job trying to promote it, and it's this Friday. But it is on UFC Fight Pass. So,
Pipecast.
Huh?
Pipecast.
Yeah. So here's the teams. I'll tell you who's on what. So there's Team BJJ Fanatics, who the captain is Craig Jones. This is the team. Nicky Rodriguez, Edwin Najmi, Lachlan Giles,
yep.
Craig Jones, obviously. And it was Jake Shields, but Jake Shields got injured. Replacing him is Gordon Ryan.
Really?
All right.
Who's going to beat that team?
Team Lights Out Urban Achievers, Captain Chris Lytle.
Urban Achievers.
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
No.
From the Big Lebowski.
Oh.
Big Lebowski's.
Yeah. That team is obviously Chris Lytle, Rico Rodriguez, Joe Riggs, Mansour Kira, who he's he was or is fighting Wagner. Will Weed. That's Team Lights Out Urban Achievers. Team Submission Underground, Captain Chael Sonnen, with Gabriel Barbosa, Rafael Domingos, Alexandre Almeida, Honey Marcus Natal, and Vinny Magalesh. Team Lionheart, Captain Anthony Smith. That Anthony Smith.
The old school.
No, the Anthony Smith that lost to John Jones. Check out this team. Brian Sparrow Sandwich. Joseph, the baddest man on the planet, Warren. Scott Morton. James Brasco. And Enrico Coco.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So those are the teams, right? the whole setup of this tournament is it's obviously 5-on-5, whatever. 8 minute matches. Winner stays on, and you keep on going until you lose. Obviously, the team that wins the most wins, goes to the finals, then the next two, and then they go to the finals. Sounds pretty familiar, right? Sounds like a pretty familiar setup.
Sounds like one about, like, if there was 4 instead of 5, it sounds similar to that.
Right. So, they just found out about it. So, quintet is started out by Sakuraba and, what's his face? Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Freaking World of Warcraft dude, fighter.
World of Warcraft?
The guy that plays, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't fucking remember his name.
Leroy Jenkins.
No, fucking, he fought on quintet, man. He's friends with Joe Rogan. I can't believe people are going to be so pissed off that I can't remember his name. Josh Barnett.
Oh, okay.
So Sakuraba and Josh Barnett put quintet together. Josh Barnett just found out right then and there when it was just posted. So people are like, oh, this sounds exactly like fucking quintet. Does this not sound familiar to you? And Josh Barnett,
quintet is 5.
Right. This is exactly the same setup. It's the exact same premise. Not only that, it was founded by Uriah Faber, Sean Wheelock, and Keith Veltri, who's Roy Jones Jr. promotion CEO. Uriah fought on the first quintet. So
you can't. What do you, dude? You can't. What's the word I'm looking for? Copyright your.
You can copyright the form of a tournament. You can't copyright the tournament exactly, but you can copyright the form of the tournament.
I don't think you can.
You can when one of the fighters that put it together fought on the original one and you signed a contract. So there's...
Signed a contract that said what?
To be on the tournament.
Yeah, but what did the contract say?
Oh, well, I didn't read the fucking contract. But there's hints that there's going to be a lawsuit. So I don't know how long
They're
this
gonna
Kinektic...
lose.
I don't disagree with you, but you can still sue for damages. So anyway...
And you're going to lose and have to pay their court
Not
costs.
for civil suit. You
Yeah.
have to sue back to pay for court damages. Anyway, that's going on Friday, the 16th, at night. Sometime. I don't know what time it is, but those are the teams. And to see Craig Jones, obviously right before ADCC, is actually pretty exciting. So it's going to be pretty fun to see.
That team's a killer team, though.
Oh,
That's
for
not
sure.
Fair.
It's
almost not fair.
No. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, it's not fucking fair. Who else is it going to match?
The
closest is Vinny Magalesh.
Well, the only guy missing would be Nicky Rod.
Nicky is in there. Nicky Rodriguez
is on that team too.
Yes, that's what I said.
So unfair.
Yeah, no, it's 100% unfair. Look,
by the way,
name.
You realize we're only talking about a blue belt, Nicky Rod.
Yeah, with tons of wrestling experience. Yeah, get out of my fucking face. Yeah, I mean, Joe Riggs isn't going to do anything to him. Chris Lytle isn't going to do anything to him. The only person out of the entire thing that I think that really has a chance to do some serious damage is Vinny Magalesh. Because it's sure as fuck not going to be Chael Sonnen. For sure Chael isn't going to do any damage. Now, here's the thing. The captains can choose to compete. They don't have to compete. So the captains can choose to compete. Enrico Coco can definitely do some damage, but if you put Enrico Coco against Vinny Magalesh or something like that, that's going to be a tough match for Enrico.
I just ran into James Brosco a little while ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, he came into Temple.
I'm sure he did. He jumps from gym to gym to
no,
get more training.
He was going to move right down the street from us. Literally, like, a few...
I thought he was trying to train over at
No. He was going to move into one of the apartment complexes right down the street from Temple, but he ended up not doing so.
Well, I know that he was training a lot at Combat Club, and then I think he's training a lot over at Cyborgs. So I don't know where he's at now. I haven't seen that guy in a very long time. He's a good grappler, but he hasn't gotten his name out there. He hasn't been put in too many tournaments. I know that he wanted to get on ADCC. I don't think he got on ADCC though. They're trying to get more people. They keep on getting people drop out. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh, did you see about the Sudanese Jiu-Jitsu team?
Yeah, that was cool. They drove
1,740 miles. Took them 6 days. They got lost in the mountains. The car broke down, and they ended up going in there and competing. I don't know what the results were. I couldn't find out what the results were, but they did make it to the tournament. So if anybody,
that's why I love Reddit.
Yeah. So everybody that isn't on Reddit or you haven't heard what's going on, there was a squad of Sudanese jiu-jitsu competitors who were actually the coach was a purple belt. And one of the competitors actually got arrested, I think either the week of or the week before the tournament, whatever it was, and got beat up by the cops and got tortured. He got like the living shit kicked out of him, and he still got in the van and went to go compete. Like, that's how bad things are in like Sudan right now.
Right now, they've been
They're
bad
forever,
in Sudan.
but I mean, like, obviously to sit there, yeah, here, let's see, the March 9th it was. Okay, so a few of the BJJ athletes on their way to Nairobi have been directly involved in the region's conflict. Per the fundraising page, so there is a GoFundMe for this team. Mohammed Walid Ali, who's a white belt, was arrested on March 9th for protesting in front of his university in Khartoum. He was beaten for hours before he was transferred to Bari, a well-known torture house. He was beaten and humiliated for hours and subsequently locked in a refrigerator for almost 24 hours. Mohammed has been training jiu-jitsu for a little over a year. He believes this road trip to Kenya will help raise awareness to what is happening in Sudan. So there's a whole story. So if you jump on Reddit, if you just go to Reddit and the subreddit BJJ, you'll find the post and you'll find the whole story. I'm not going to sit here and read to you the whole entire story right now, but it's definitely worth the read. And it kind of just keeps
It lets you know how universal jiu-jitsu is.
It lets you know how universal jiu-jitsu is, but it also keeps things in perspective. When you're sitting there like, oh, you're bitching about stuff. Like, when you're bitching about a tournament being in Coral Springs or in Orlando or something like that, like, these guys literally had to not fight for their life, but risk life and limb just to go to a tournament and hopefully get in. Not go and sign up, like, to hopefully get in. They missed the rules and whatever meeting the day before, but they literally got to the tournament just in time. So I hope I can pull up the results and see how they did. But man, if that story doesn't inspire you to really take your training a little bit more seriously and really be appreciative of what you got, I really don't know what to fucking tell you, man. But it's crazy. I gotta go read it up some more because I didn't get to go through the whole story. Did you go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Nope, not yet.
I haven't been in the movies forever, man.
My last 3 weekends have been, and this weekend coming up is just.
Oh yeah, you get the tournament done.
Yeah, the thing that you bailed out on me.
Yeah, good. That's like for the time that you didn't show up to my tournament more than once, where you showed up after I lost. Oh, you forgot about that.
No, I didn't forget about that.
Oh, I do want to bring up the fact that we lost a friend of ours, Kendrick. So for a lot of you people might not know, but Kendrick was a black belt that started training with us at Jocko. He was a SWAT team member who had like countless of just like missions, something like over 200 or something, like SWAT team missions, something crazy. He even was a part of the was it the Discovery Channel like hostage situation and stuff that was going on?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff.
I didn't really talk to Kendrick a lot about work stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always fascinated when I meet people like that and I ask questions. But unfortunately, this past weekend, or no, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, a week and a half ago.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago, Kendrick, like I said, he was a SWAT team member, former SWAT team member, but he still did a lot of work in teaching guys for the SWAT team, tactics and stuff. They were doing training up in Virginia, and Kendrick was a diabetic, and he had a lot of like different health issues, but he fainted from what I read, or he had a seizure. And he collapsed. He hit his head on a table, from what I saw or what I read, and broke his neck, fractured his skull, started bleeding on his brain, and was put on life support. And finally, last Friday, he was taken off of life support, and he passed away in the night. Luckily, his family, his wife, and his family members were able to get to him in time, at least to stand next to him. So we just want to give our condolences to the family, and give a shout out to Kendrick. He was part of our jiu-jitsu journey,
and he was one of the nicest guys on the planet. He was always like, very unassuming kind of guy, but always super nice and really easy to talk to, always willing to help. He taught a lot when he had never asked for a dime. He taught.
Yeah. He was a teacher. He always picked up like random students to take him under his wing, people that he thought that needed a little extra help, and kind of some people that might have gotten like brushed off by other teachers. He would be the one to say, hey, I can help you out here, I can help you out there, kind of thing. He's like Shawn said, he was just an overall really nice guy. It's sad to see that stuff like that happened. I think he dealt with a lot of personal demons from all the stuff that he went through. So it sucks that it had to go that way, but at least he's not dealing with those issues anymore. So like I said, our condolences and our thoughts out to his family and his loved ones. And
yeah, and I wanted to talk to Kelly on Saturday. I saw her in the crowd.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to say hello or give her a hug or anything. I wanted to, so.
Yeah, and actually Kendrick cornered her for a couple of her fights.
All of her fights.
Yeah. So it's it sucks, and not to end the podcast on a downer, but it's one of those things like
you don't know what it reminded me is you don't know when the last time you're going to talk to somebody is.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those things that you look at it that way, but it's also one of those things for the way that I see it is like you never know when it's like it's your time to go, and it's one of those things where the way that I approach everyday life is where you just kind of like seize the moment, like enjoy every moment, because you don't know when it's gonna go away, or like when you see your friends and stuff like that to really let them know how you feel about them. So even like when we talk shit, like we always leave things like on a good note. It's never a misunderstanding of how we care about our friends or each other or whatever. So just kind of keep that in mind when you guys go about all your day, because it's a sad time, but we're still celebrating someone who did a lot to try and make other people's lives a little bit more positive. So I think with that, like I said, I didn't want to end it on a downer, but I think it's one of those things that needed to be said that I wanted to share with everybody, and let it be heard. So if anything, cheers to you, Kendrick, and we hope that you're doing a lot better wherever you are, and cheers to your family. Our thoughts and prayers and everything with you guys. And again, if you guys enjoy the podcast, go ahead and share it. And if you were friends with Kendrick, leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Let other people know what you thought about him. But with that being said, we're just going to leave it like that. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.